Welcome to the Mixed Reception Podcast. I'm your host, Barrett Sigmund, and today got two very special guests. Remus.
That's what's up.
Kerry Kruk and Remus Borisiv.
Hey.
What's up? You guys are two-timers now. you both have been on the pod before. Freddie
got fingered.
Yeah, you did. Freddie got fingered.
And we did Heather's.
And yeah, we did Heather's.
Yep.
And today we're doing, this is your suggestion, Kerry.
This movie so much.
The Craft,
oh, yes.
which I have never seen before. I watched this morning for the first time ever. And you're very familiar with this.
Very familiar with this
and
movie.
Remus has at least seen half of it.
I've probably seen the whole thing, but I've never watched the whole thing chronologically, like a regular standard start to finish. I've seen maybe the ending of it one time, and then I watched the middle of it at some point, and then I watched the start. But they're all years apart where I've watched these pieces of this movie.
So I love this. We actually have a guest for the first time who's only seen it, never seen the movie in chronological order. I love that.
Yeah, it was I did it the Memento style, where I had to start tattooing notes on myself about the movie.
Well, tell me about your experience with this movie. It came out in '96. How'd you hear about it? When did you first see it?
So I was definitely in college during the time that it came out, but It was huge when it came out in the occult world because everything was fun about Ouija boards back then.
Did you have a Ouija board?
Yes.
Really? So you've dabbled in some dark magic?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
Summoned a spirit or two.
Really? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Pazuzu?
Yeah, that's it. It is from your hometown, Pazuzu.
It was probably Pazuzu.
Nice.
No, but my sister and I know we watched this movie. I'm not sure that I ever watched it in the movie theater, but It was definitely once it got to HBO kind of a thing, then we watched it and then rented it at Blockbuster.
I was about to say, I think my experience with this movie is, like I said, I've never seen it before, but I think I've seen the cover of the movie, probably walking through Blockbuster.
Yeah.
And the cover of the movie is it's kind of funny. It's like the four chicks walking and their hair's all weird and there's lightning in the background and it's the Craft.
They're in the school hallway.
Something like that.
Fucking music video.
It's and that was really popular at that time too in the 90s, movies with
it's raining.
Girl Squad, and you have to get that
Mean Girls.
Welcome to the witching hour. That's
that slow walk through the high school with right up on their jumblies. Mm-hmm.
So you loved it when it came out.
Loved this movie when it came out. It was about witches. It was about high school. It was about women finding their personal power.
It's very metaphorical.
Yeah.
Those are the reasons that I didn't want to watch it. That's why I never pursued watching it. I was well, none of this shit has anything to do with me. I'm never gonna be a witch in high school.
Well, back then too, in the 90s, there was a big satanic. It was very popular to Satan stuff was in.
Well, yeah, you
culture.
had. I was gonna say, what's that movie? What's that show? What's her name?
Sabrina the Teenage.
Well, okay, that, but then also
Clarissa Explains It All.
What was that show? It was based on a movie, The Vampires. Buffy
the Vampire.
Yeah. So that dealt with witches and shit, and then you had Charmed, which
that's like this movie, but.
Doing
one more witch.
Doing trivia on this movie, I think
Charmed is
they ripped it off.
Oh, yeah.
Charmed is this movie mixed with Friends.
Yes, or Party of Five.
Yeah. Speaking of Party of Five, Neve Campbell, I think this was her first big movie because I think at the time this is '96 and this came out right before Scream, and she was on Party of Five.
Huh.
That was the big
PO5,
that was a big show at the time.
Yep. Her squinty face.
Yeah. So this movie is kind of watching this. There's a lot of I know that guy. I know this girl. I know that.
Yeah.
It's a kind of one of those.
She's
movies.
a water boy.
Yeah. So we have Robin.
Oh, she's amazing.
We have Robin Tooney as Sarah, the main character. She was in Empire Records.
Yes, she was.
Which I used to love that movie. Okay, you need to come back on and do Empire Records because that movie.
It's totally connected.
I loved it when I first saw it, but that movie, like looking back, I watched it like maybe a couple years ago. It's the most melodramatic It's so bad.
You can't even watch the whole thing. You only watch like it's Rex Manning Day part. That's all you can't watch. The whole
and that's
thing
the most memorable thing about that movie because there's always a meme when it's Rex Manning Day, like on Facebook or Twitter. It's like Happy Rex Manning Day.
So Rex Manning in Empire Records, Robin Tooney's character Deb is kind of like Fairuza Balk's character in The Craft. It's like this.
Is it Tooney or Tunney?
I'm gonna say Tooney.
Let's Tooney.
Tooney.
There's two N's. Tooney. I thought it was Robin Tunney.
The redhead Robin.
You say Tooney.
Well, two N's would be Tunney, wouldn't it be? Tooney would only be one N.
I don't know.
Oh.
Tooney.
It's Robin Tunney.
Okay, you can say Tunney. I'll say Tooney. You got her. She was also in a movie I love called Vertical Limit. Have you ever seen that movie?
Oh, I haven't.
That movie's fucking amazing. I need to get somebody on here.
Is it about mountain climbing?
Yeah,
I've seen the cover of the box.
It's so VHS. Yeah, it's so awesome.
Yeah.
And then we got Fairuza Balk.
Yeah, Fairuza Balk.
She was in. She plays Nancy. She was
Vicky Valancourt.
Oh, I like Vicky Valancourt. She showed me her movies. I like them too. I think she was in some other stuff. Wasn't she in
American History X?
American History X.
As a kid, she was in The Wizard of Oz. Not Wizard of Oz. No, I think it was Return to Oz. The Return to Oz movies, when they came back out in like the 80s, she was the little kid.
Who's the chick in Willy Wonka? Is that another?
That's
Veruca Salt.
Damn, those names are so similar sounding.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think her because Willy Wonka came out in '73, probably before she was born. Do you think her parents were like, oh my god, I just love Veruca Salt. We should name her something.
Veruca Salt. That's exactly how she got her name. That's exactly how.
Yeah.
Veruca Salt. Veruca Salt. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's so creepy looking and great.
Oh,
so I wish she would play the Joker.
She should play Harley Quinn. She should play. That's what I was thinking.
She has like crazy Joker mouth already.
Yeah. I was thinking she should play Harley Quinn.
Absolutely, she'd be great Harley Quinn.
If they made a both. If they made a Batman movie like a
but if she's like tranny Joker.
So when
they make it for new shit.
So when they reboot Batman movies and like they did with Ghostbusters and make them all female, like Batwoman, and
she should be the female Joker.
Yep. Mm-hmm, female Joker.
All right.
Yeah.
Like I said, I mentioned Nev Campbell.
Yeah, but isn't Joker supposed to be crazy? So what if he just goes and like gets an operation and now he's like the new Joker is like a trans man?
Oh right, that's what it would be.
That's like,
and it wouldn't be Batman either. It would be like like
person.
non-binary bat
person,
bat
them,
bat
they forever.
Something like that. Yeah.
Also, the token black girl in this movie, I don't. Rachel True plays Rochelle. What else was she been in? I don't even.
Was she in Half Baked?
Hold on, let's look. I got time. She was in Half Baked.
Yeah.
And she was in a movie called Groove. I've never heard of that.
She's probably been in a couple other things.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. But I definitely recognized her because I was like, oh, that's a chick from Half Baked. That's Mary Jane. When I watched it, whatever part of this movie the other day, or not the other day, but whenever.
And then, we got Skeet Ulrich in this movie. Is that is that the best
oh my
name
god
ever?
Yes,
Skeet Ulrich.
And then if you see pictures of him now, he has not aged well.
Oh man, I watched
the
movie with him and Cuba Gooding Jr. the other day.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so bad. What the hell is the name of that movie?
Skeet Ulrich.
I don't know, but you do know that he and Nev Campbell went on to be in the Scream movies.
He doesn't look that bad.
He looks pretty bad.
Oh, come on.
He doesn't look like himself.
Well, he's no Steven Dorff.
Steven Dorff aged well.
Steven Dorff looks good too. He was in the 3rd season of True Detective. He was awesome.
He was so great.
He looks like somebody else.
I think Skeet Ulrich still looks pretty good.
Yeah, what was that movie with?
Okay, I will.
With Skeet and Cuba Gooding Jr.
All right, I'm going to pull it up. Okay, I got IMDb pulled up. Shoot, was it in the 90s?
No, I don't. Maybe it's older.
What was the movie about?
these guys had to like keep this bomb like cold or else it would detonate on this island or whatever. It's almost like a dumb version of like The Rock, like
or Speed.
Chill factor.
Chill factor. Chill factor.
This poster looks amazing.
Yeah, because Cuba Gooding Jr. steals like an ice cream truck.
So the poster is like it's like split in two, and there's Cuba Gooding Jr. like all serious, non-radio
perfect movie for this.
And Skeet Ulrich looking all broody.
I'm down. I want to watch it.
You should watch it. I feel like it's a movie you would like love if you watched it. You're like, oh my, it's so bad.
And my God. So this movie is like Clueless because that guy, the Thai guy from Clueless, not Thai, the guy that does the skateboarding in Clueless is in this movie too.
Breckenmeyer?
Breckenmeyer.
Yeah, he's actually kind of funny in this movie. He's got some good one-liners. I like that one scene where Robin Tooney's like, fuck you to Skeet Ulrich.
You think they shot this whole movie was shot in the same set and Clueless were both shot in the same exact, like they're like, Dad, just leave everything. We'll just shoot the second movie right here.
Maybe.
It's like exactly the same movie.
The Clueless craft.
Maybe. I don't know.
It looks like it. I mean, they even got the same costume.
I wonder like how many times that high school has been used for all the movies made in the 90s.
Well, so let's get into it. What is this movie about?
All right.
For people who haven't seen it.
So you have the girl from out of town. Something terrible has happened, and she and her dad have to move cross country, and they live in a whole new town, whole new city. And she has to go to high school. It's in the middle of high school.
It's like a private school.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The first day at school, she doesn't have a uniform.
Yep.
And I like how the dad's like
a Catholic
you don't have to go in. You don't have your uniforms yet. You don't have to go in.
Was she a cutter? She was a cutter.
She was a cutter.
And she goes in and she starts seeing, all the high school tropes. You've got the goofy guy, Breckenmeyer. You've got the brooding, sexy guy,
Skeet
Ulrich. And then you've got these weird girls.
Who are witches.
These goth bitches.
How did they get into witchcraft? There's a whole backstory.
You gotta buy a bunch of like lesbian books and stuff.
So the prequel to this is like Judy Blume goes to the occult bookstore, or Ramona and Beezus. Ramona and Beezus communicate with the devil, and there's like witchcraft is like it's like a cool thing in high school, but these like outcast girls get into it and they do magic spells and they go out into the country, and now they have a fourth woman to add to their coven.
Yeah, because I guess they're the most powerful when there's four of them together.
Right.
Yeah, but the fourth one is like the real deal bitch that could do shit.
Yeah, because
you notice right away she has actual power.
Well, then, yeah, because she's like spinning the pencil.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was a little unclear. Like, okay, like they have to have her.
Yep. So a real coven, everything is good in fours.
Oh yeah, because you know all about this because you were.
I got into the occult. But no, like a coven of witches would call the corners all the elements of the earth: earth, air, water, fire.
Okay.
And so those make up the elements of earth, because witchcraft is really Wiccan of the pagan religions or whatever observances is really about being in tune with nature. It's all about using herbs for medicinal. Yeah, that's what it really is. It's not as like real witchcraft, real Wicca is not as spooky. It's just a bunch of really weird
hand fasting ceremonies.
Autistic people that live in the burbs who want to do something cool with their time.
Yeah.
So then they start getting together, and now they have this newfound friendship, and they want to become really powerful witches and like undo all the.
Is it ultimately like their ultimate goal or plan with all this crazy witchcraft powers is to just get the guys they like them to like them back?
Well, that's one of them. So Sarah Bailey, Robin Tooney. So Skeet Ulrich basically they go out and he's like, "Why don't you go back to my place?" And she's like, "No." And then the next day at school, he's like, "Yeah, I fucked her, and she was a horrible lady."
Yes, yeah. Yep.
Oh,
and then yeah. And then like Robin Tooney's like, "What the hell?" So one of the things she wants to do is have him like her.
Yeah.
And then he starts he's really nice to her.
It's gross.
And then it's very weird. But then he like starts holding her books and stuff. He does like really nice things for her.
He turns them into a sim.
Yeah. And then he's like, there's that one scene where he's like standing outside her window. He's like, "Come on, I love you. We should move in together."
Go home, Chris.
What kills me about this movie is like, we're jumping all over the place, which is fine. He eventually gets killed by Harley Quinn. I forget her name. Fruza Ball. And mind you, a couple scenes earlier, like he tried to rape her.
Right.
And then like the dad's talking to her, and she's like, "Oh, I didn't want anything to happen with him. I liked him. He was such a good guy." I'm like, "No, he wasn't. He tried to rape you."
Right. That was insane.
That was so funny.
She flies across the room with her toes dragging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you have the black girl. So
the
girl from the Brady Bunch movie.
Ben Stiller's
like ex-wife, Christine Taylor.
Yeah. She
is racist. She says something like, "Oh, there's a hair in my brush. Oh no, it's just a what is it?
I have a nasty pube in my brush.
Oh, it's just a nap." I think she says, "Oh, it's just like a nap."
So she's openly racist.
Yes,
and they're all on the swim team. And somehow, when you're on the swim team and you're a practice diver,
but swimming is like one of the whitest.
Rachel True's character.
She's the only black person in the school, I guess.
Yeah, and also probably the country at that point.
Yeah.
But she goes to do a dive, and Christine Taylor distracts her by yelling "shark."
Yeah, what? That was weird.
It was
like
so
what?
Stupid.
And I love how she's like shark. Whoa! And then she does like a back flop,
belly flop.
Like what? Like you're a shitty diver. Then.
Yes. Like if that can throw.
What are you gonna do at the Olympic trials when everyone's yelling?
Yeah.
You can't concentrate.
Yeah.
But she yells shark, and
so she wants to get back at Christine Taylor and have curse her for her hair.
She goes to dive. She's like shark, and Christine Taylor shits herself up there.
And then.
So yeah, then she makes it so like her hair falls out. That's actually really nasty.
It's really bad alopecia.
And that's another funny one.
Why just buy a wig?
She does have a wig in the movie. It's a very obvious wig.
There you go.
And it's really funny. Well, there's a scene with Christine Taylor too, where she's just like, "Hey, what did I do to deserve this?" Like, because you're like super racist.
What? That doesn't deserve your alopecia. Having preferences, you prefer things over other things. It'd be like, oh, you should fucking lose all your hair.
Well, I'll dip into trivia.
This guy doesn't like steak.
Originally, I think it was originally going to be bulimia. I think, but they changed it.
Yeah, they had to save that.
But they were going to give her bulimia.
Something like that.
She probably already had it.
Right.
This is 90s high school.
Hey, well, yeah, what was that? Like, should we give her alopecia or bulimia? Alopecia.
And then Nev Campbell has this.
She's got like a burn.
Horrible,
but they're not that bad.
No.
Because I'm sitting there thinking, like, you're Nev Campbell, like, you're still fucking hot.
Yeah, but instead of like just covering her burn, she like goes to the nth degree with her character. She's like covered up completely, and her hair's all greasy. She like doesn't do hygiene. Doesn't put on any lip gloss, and
that's not just regular. That's her normal.
Normal Nev Campbell.
Well, it's just like her shoulder and a little bit of her arm that she has really bad burns on. Otherwise, she's still Nev Campbell. She's still smoking hot.
Yeah,
and I love you can't even really tell really, but then I like as soon as she gets her burns removed. Like Breckin Meyer's like they're like, oh my god, look how hot she is.
She's showing her boobs.
She's like wearing like like sleeveless shirts and stuff. And I'm just like, I mean, I would have fucked her anyway.
And Nancy just wants all the power.
Also she's got a pervy stepdad who, I think there's a little bit of sexual abuse.
And they live in a trailer.
Her
mother is awesome. Who plays her mother?
Oh gosh, let's see here. I have no idea.
Veruca Salt.
Is it? I have no idea. What's her last name?
Lady with the big hair.
Is it her? Jenny Jackson?
Or Helen Shaver.
Oh, the dad's super fervy because he's like, "Hey, I can almost see through your skirt." Right? Like he's like looking up her skirt, like right in front of the mom.
It's this one, Helen Shaver.
Yeah, Helen Shaver is like, "Oh my God, you didn't pay the electricity bill," and he's just like, "Oh, it's gonna come back on."
So they go out into they stumble across a witch bookstore. And the three girls all go in there. And
just out in the open in LA. Like anybody can just come in.
Well, they had to go to 4 other ones before they found that one. They're like, oh, this is the right witch bookstore.
And right away, the lady who works there,
which I thought she would have played a bigger role in this movie.
The other lady,
the owner of the bookstore. Nothing really pays off with her. Really?
She's the one that kind of like sets up the exposition.
Yeah.
Tells Robin Tunney how dangerous Nancy is, and then teaches her how to bind her or whatever, and like tells her certain things should only be done with good intentions, because otherwise anything you do comes back on you, like whatever, 3 times over.
The Karma Witch.
Yeah.
It's kind of confusing. So they do a spell, and then I guess they do a super spell. That's the second spell they do.
Duper spell, yeah.
What was the difference between the 2 spells? I guess it made them more powerful.
So they first start out with just little dorky crap where they change the color of their hair, change the color of their eyes.
Yeah. They can
levitate, whatever, dumb stuff. And then they go out into the woods, and then they do some ceremony, steal some wine from somebody, and then they call the corners, and then they invoke Manon.
Okay, I'm glad I have you on here.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah.
Who's Manon?
Manon is everything. That's how Nancy. That's how Nancy describes.
It's not like a dude.
They're talking about it.
That's
here
like
they don't like summon a dude.
I guess that's the god that they.
Yeah, over God, like the creator of all things, good, bad, whatever. And with the power of Manon, you can do anything. You can have anything happen.
So Kerry knows all about this. She did this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Did you levitate?
I used to do this in college.
Did you change your hair?
Oh yeah. What is it? Stiff as a board, light as a feather. Light as a feather, stiff as a board. Light as
yeah.
You can lift up your friends with your fingers.
Yeah, they do the super duper spell, and then she can walk on water. Nancy.
Yep.
Then all the sharks just
all
wash
the
up.
whales.
I wish they did more with
themselves.
that. I wish it was like, I don't know. Example. You ever seen the Mummy movie with Brendan Fraser where he brings back all the 7 plagues or whatever, the plagues of Egypt? Yeah. I wish they did more stuff, like
more magic stuff.
Yeah, the only thing we get that's like really crazy is like the sharks washing up on the shore.
Well, you don't even see it; it just happens, and
yeah, they wake up and then they're like, "Oh, what happened? Oh, look at all the sharks."
They also walk around with all these trinkets in their bag. One of them has like a jar with a snake in it, and they have like a butterfly. They have all these like all the creatures that represent their
dragon nail.
Yeah,
there's a fish. There's a butterfly. A snake. There's one other one.
Possum dick.
A possum scrotum. Speaking of snakes, there's the creepy snake dude who gets run over.
Oh yeah,
and it's I love that scene too because it's like we made him get run over. Like we told the car to run over him. It's like it's not the fact that he's in the middle of the fucking road,
right?
Like.
Right.
That's actually a cool scene too. I like how it's shot because you actually see underneath the car. And it looks really good. Like
it does. It definitely
great, really great run over scene.
So Oscar for editing in that one, and real good effects.
Speaking of editing, I love the opening. Like this movie is so 90s. Like just the way it's edited, and then like. I love the title crawl, like the opening title where it's just like it's got some like shitty like heavy metal like Beatles cover, and it's just like all these like pictures of like deep like just demons and all this stuff, and it's like the craft.
And then you open on Robin Tunney flying in a plane to a new town.
Then Nancy kills her stepdad. Gives him a heart attack. And then they get all this money.
Yeah, but it's like $175,000. Doesn't that seem to be that much?
In the 90s?
Well,
that's like $500,000 today.
So her mom gets a new house.
The mom does not give a fuck that he died. That is so funny. And she's like, "Oh yeah, I bought a jukebox. It only plays Joni Mitchell of Connie Francis songs." And they live in a luxury apartment now.
Yeah.
Or did they buy it? I don't know. But 175 did not seem that much to me, but you are right. Inflation maybe is probably like $500,000.
Seems not like a lot.
I don't know though. Like, I don't know. It seems like his job had pretty good insurance. Why are they like living in a trailer? I don't know. I have so many questions with that.
Yeah.
Gambling addiction.
I think they're just trying to establish you've got like white trash. You've got
all those tropes.
Girl with a medical problem. You have the oppressed person, and you have the the new kid.
Also, I guess Nancy used to fuck Skeet Ulrich, I guess.
Oh, really?
That's
in real life?
No, like in the movie.
Oh, yeah.
And I guess
she's the one who gave him the name Skeet.
Oh my God, what were his parents thinking naming him Skeet Ulrich?
I know what his.
You remind me I want to name you Skeet because that's what I did in your mom when I made you.
The dad's like, I don't care what the hell you name him. Call him Skeet for all I care. That's all he is to me.
Oh my God, his death scene is kind of funny. Like she's like, yeah. First of all, Nancy, the chick who plays Nancy, Harley Quinn, she is dialing it up.
Yeah, she plays crazy really good.
Do you think she's good in this movie? Or
She's almost.
Yeah, she took like Juliette Lewis's fucking job basically.
Yeah.
She just was like out crazy that bitch.
Yeah, I do kind of get some Juliette Lewis vibes from her, like kind of.
They both were probably competing for the exact same role.
She probably tried out. She probably tried out for Natural Born Killer.
I guarantee you.
Oh yeah, it's like they don't match her energy or something. Like she goes to the nth degree, and everybody else is playing it dialed down.
See, every scene with her made me laugh.
Yeah,
like there's parts in the movie where she like is explaining things and she sounds like she's stoned. And then there's other moments where she's just like, wow,
you ain't never gonna stop me.
I think Deputy Dog's
she has such a
sexy.
crazy voice, dude. It's so crazy.
it's crazy.
You ain't never gonna stop me from witching.
I happen to find Deputy Dog very sexy. But yeah, this movie is essentially. Have you ever seen Chronicle? It's kind of like Chronicle. Chronicle is that found footage movie that came out like 10 years ago where it's like they find this rock that gives them powers. Basically, they're like, it's like this. It's basically they get powers. One of them, well, three of them, I guess, get a little too power hungry. And then they kind of fight.
Well, yeah, and the tropes at the time, similar, like all that like high school buddy stuff. There's always four in a group, and the outcasts or the whatever, the bullied kids rise up. So it's just like Lucas.
Oh my God, I want to do Lucas so bad.
Barrett, you just said you want to do Lucas.
Sound like
so
Charlie
bad.
Sheen over here. I want to do Lucas so bad.
Oh, boo-foo.
So good.
No, I want to review Lucas.
What's gross in this movie is Neve Campbell's treatments for her back thing.
Oh God.
And the needle stabs her like
and then she screams like,
oh God, so bad.
Oh.
Genetic testing or genetic stem cells. She's getting stem cells.
Oh yeah, we have clips in the background for anyone who doesn't notice. I actually like this. This is a good idea.
It moves a lot. Yeah.
This is the part where she's like, ow, wrong hole.
Stab you 300 times.
You know what was fucking creepy in this movie was the well, that's the one thing. The final battle, it's like they don't really get hurt. They're just fucking with each other.
Yeah.
They're just making it seem like there's things happening.
Mm-hmm.
But I that was kind of like really gross and kind of creepy when all the like rats, lizards, snakes, cockroaches, worms. Like there's a big old thing of worms just coming out of the toilet.
Oh man,
it's
coming.
I mean, awesome though. You just get a bucket and save them and go fishing.
Did you ever watch the movie Poltergeist?
Yes.
There's a scene where one of the camera crew that comes in to film the paranormal activity, in the middle of the night, he goes and like gets food out of the refrigerator and he bites into it, and it's like maggots coming out of the chicken.
Yeah.
Ooh. And then he goes in the bathroom and he sees like something on his face. Like he goes in the bathroom and like throw up the chicken with the maggots in it. Ugh. And he runs into the bathroom and then he like washes his face and he looks in the mirror and there's like something on his face and he starts picking at it. Pretty soon he's just like clawing chunks of his face.
That was Poltergeist?
And yes.
I haven't seen that in a while.
And putting it in the sink, it's gross. And then he like snaps to and it was all a hallucination.
Yeah, the final battle is just hallucinations.
Yeah.
Which I don't know how I feel.
Yeah, so the crap, yeah. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, and then it's hallucinations, and they make the black girl have alopecia, and then they make it seem like Neve Campbell is more scarred.
It's because of what the sexy British nurse said, sexy British witch in the store said, is that whatever you cast out there is going to come back on you. threefold.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
So if you are mean-spirited, that's what you're gonna get back. Mean-spirited stuff.
But yeah, that's kind of like the big final battle. Oh, I also like at the end too, where like, we just like, because they make it seem that Sarah's parents died in a plane crash.
Yeah, her mom.
And then at the end of the movie, Nev Campbell and the other girl come up and they're like, oh, we were just playing.
We were just kidding. What is the matter with you? We're just kidding around.
You don't get it.
It's like the ultimate. It's like the original Jackass. Hey, your parents are dead. JK.
Just kidding.
JK. I'm just fucking with you.
No, that scene with all the animals, it's so gross.
So gross.
But I hate rats.
I don't like collections of bugs and spiders all moving.
As an actor, I couldn't do that. I'd be like, I'm not going to be in this movie.
Well, they would protect you though if you were a really good actor.
See, I'm not a good actor though.
Well,
I'd be like, whoa!
Yeah. Well, that's when you have to do things like,
Good thing she didn't have to go to the bathroom in that scene because all the worms are coming out of the toilet.
Out of the toilet. Mm-hmm. Gross.
Oh God, I really gotta take a shit right now. The bathroom is the only safe place. Oh no! Also, too, with another scene that made me laugh is like, okay, so she finally snaps out of it.
Yeah.
She's like hiding in the shower, and then what's her name? Veruca Salt is like, ha ha, I was fucking with you. Hey, and she just turns the water on and runs away. Yeah. She turns the shower on. She's like, nah. It's just like all you did was just turn the shower on, and then she just kind of mean. And then she just ducks the shower and then just walks out and chases after her.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
This is when they go out into the country to start doing their spells, and a city bus drives out into the country.
Damn, that looks like a prison bus.
And drops them off and says, "Be careful. There's a bunch of weirdos out here." And Bruce Balk is like, "We're the weirdos," or whatever.
We're the weirdos.
Anything else? What else happened in this movie? Anything else I had? Do you like the movie?
I love this movie. I could watch.
Like, do you like it ironically?
No, I actually like it.
Okay, so you actually think
Perfect
it's a good movie.
Magic. That's the other movie I was trying to think of with Sandra Bullock, I think.
Sandra Bullock was in a magic movie?
Yeah, or Practical Magic.
Yeah,
did I say that? Practical magic?
No, you said Perfect Magic.
No, Practical Magic.
Practical Magic.
Yep. Yeah, you gotta check that one out. It's kind of similar, like 90s. Like,
have you ever seen Love Potion #9 with Sandra Bullock?
Hey, how many magic movies is Sandra
Julia
Bullock
Roberts that was in Practical Magic?
I think they might have both
Sandra
been
Bullock,
in it.
or both.
Hang on, let me look.
Sister movies?
Sister bitches.
I think for me, I don't know if I would have liked this movie as much had I not, because this was kind of like 90s nostalgia movie.
Yeah, for sure.
I hadn't seen it before, but I don't know, just the clothing and just I don't know, the acting, the music. Yeah, they have a cover of the Smiths' "How Soon Is Now," which is also in Charmed.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
really.
Look, reading into this, the director wrote after this movie came out, he wrote a pilot for Fox for a craft show, and they passed on it, and they basically somebody stole his idea and did it for the WB.
So Charmed came out after this movie.
Yes.
Oh.
They basically ripped off.
Yeah,
Charmed,
they did.
big time. Which I've never seen Charmed.
Well, that they came out now with a series, The Craft Legacy.
That's a show. I think that's a new movie.
Is it a movie?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like a reboot of this or something.
It's kind of a soft reboot sequel. I have not seen it.
Me neither.
It also got mixed reviews. Ooh, maybe a two-parter.
So you want to hear Practical Magic? Who's in this?
Sure.
Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman.
Oh, Nicole Kidman. Yeah.
This is the first sentence of this. Sally and Gillian Owens, Kidman and Bullock, born into a magical family, have mostly avoided witchcraft themselves. They're supposed to be sisters. Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman are supposed to be sisters from this magic family.
They look nothing alike.
Nothing.
That's so funny.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You know what? Speaking of magic, Sandra Bullock was in another movie with magic called Speed, where the bus literally jumps up in the air.
Yes, that was a magical movie.
Her and her sister, played by Whoopi Goldberg in Speed.
What?
Whoopi Goldberg was.
No, I'm just saying to have this. They're supposed to be sisters. In a magic movie. I'm
Sandra Bullock and her sister Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, well, they actually look like they could be related.
That's true.
But no, I thought this movie was good. It was a little cheesy. Some of the acting was kind of bad, and it was a little.
What was the other annoying witch movie with like Bette Midler?
Oh, Hocus Pocus.
Oh, Hocus Pocus.
Everybody sucks that movie's dick.
Oh, I love that movie.
I hate Bette Midler.
Sarah Jessica Parker.
Well, Sarah Jessica Parker
Kathy
looks like a real
Kathy
witch in real life.
Yeah.
She
They all are
really
real
does.
witches in that movie.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought this movie was good. I just thought, I don't know, like if you look through the '90s lens, it's pretty good. But
yeah, but if you want to watch a good like couch movie with magic and spells,
I totally agree. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with it.
Skeet Ulrich was like the hunk at the time.
Yeah. Him and Nev Campbell also did.
Yeah. Scream. Isn't that crazy?
That came out the same year. That came out like 6 months later or something like that.
What? When did The Craft come out? 94?
96.
Oh,
Scream also came out in 96.
Scream must have come out.
I'm fairly certain I did see Scream in the movie theaters.
I saw Scream in the theaters. So, damn, I thought The Craft came out way earlier than Scream for some reason. I don't know why I thought it came out in like 94.
Yeah, this was like, 96, huge year for Nev Campbell. Like,
she was saying Independence Day and all that other movies
Independence Day came
out.
out.
96 was like a crazy year for movies.
They have so many books in their high school. They have like 37 notebooks. All these books that they're carrying around.
No backpacks though.
The dudes have backpacks. Ooh, look, two shoulder too. Not on the one shoulder.
I used to wear my bag. I wore my backpack 2 shoulders and like pull the straps pulled up so I sat like high up on my back.
I guess there's like a joke in like 21 Jump Street where it's like it's not cool,
right?
If you
the
wear it with one strap,
the Channing Tatum,
like both straps are how you should wear it, and that's the cool way to wear it.
That's the cool way now.
Oh, you're talking about the movie?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, look at they have to go to church in school, and like that whole like.
Oh yeah, I guess this is like a Catholic.
Yeah, they're in a Catholic school.
I have some reviews at the time. Tell me what you think. Baltimore Sun gave it a 3 out of 4. The Craft cast a spell with a cast of 4 kinky young actresses, atmospheric California settings, cool special effects, and the attitude of a music video. What do you think of that?
Oh, yeah, I would say it does look like a music video from like the bands at the time.
Especially that opening scene with like the title sequence. And it's just like that rock music and then like the Craft and like all that quick editing.
This could definitely be like a video for like a No Doubt song.
Yeah. There are some atmospheric moments, though. I do think there's some cool shit in this movie.
Did they call them 4 kinky actresses?
Kicky.
Oh, kicky.
I think that's like a fashion term.
Like
they do. You can definitely see the progression.
Yeah.
Like they kind of dress normal in the beginning of the movie, and throughout the movie, they get more like gothic.
More gothic and hoary. Yeah, definitely.
And hoary. Yeah. Roger Ebert, he was very split on it. He gave it 2.5. 2 out of 4. The movie's failure is one of imagination. It tilts too far in the direction of horror and special effects when it might have been more fun to make a satirical comedy about punk teenagers.
Yeah, but that had already been done like a billion times.
Well, so that's actually an interesting review because as I was kind of doing my research, a lot of movies kind of pointed out that I think they wanted this. It didn't lean satirical enough, but was that? I don't think that's what this movie.
I don't think that was the fucking goal of the movie.
That was very odd.
Yeah,
the goal of the movie wasn't to be a satire.
I don't think so either. This is
some cynical fuck nowadays would be like, this is so hilarious.
I like it.
You know what I mean? But like back then, it wasn't meant to be a satire making fun of goth people or witches or whatever. It was like
it is
a story. It's like fantasy bullshit.
Retroactively, it's a little bit like it's a little bit ironic, but.
It's silly now.
But yeah. But like at the time, I think they wanted this to be more like Heathers. But it's just that wasn't what it was going for.
Not at all. And I think
maybe that's where I got confused with this movie is I kept thinking it was Heathers.
It's a female lead scary movie. And I think that those aren't maybe
there wasn't a lot of those at the time.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Scream.
Yeah.
Well, Scream had a lot of dudes.
But that one is like that one's almost geared. It's almost they came out with the spoofs of it. But even Scream in itself is like kind of a spoof of a movie.
Yeah, well, I think because this movie was kind of so tropey that it's like, we'll do something interesting.
Yeah, but that's what people wanted then.
Yeah,
that's why. I mean, both of that. I'm pretty sure Scream did fairly well in theaters.
But that was kind of more satirical.
Yeah.
They used a lot of candles in this movie.
Oh yeah.
You have to actually get a spell to work.
That was a thing. So in 1996, I was a sophomore, junior in college, and everybody had candles. Like
this movie was produced financially funded. It was funded by Yankee Candle.
Yeah, for sure. Like that was the thing. Like everybody's dorm room had like 57 million candles. Like you have like a little shrine of all your little candles on there. That was like a thing.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, candles were very popular.
So this is very 90s accurate.
Yeah, unless it's not for everybody and it was just Wisconsin and you just have
this is LA, so I mean.
Right. So Wisconsin
they had
was a lot
candles
like that.
everywhere back then.
Mm-hmm.
All over the country.
Remember that? Oh, right. You know what I mean?
I don't know if they had candles. Wisconsin, we had
Stop
candles.
it. No.
But other places in the country, I don't know. It was pretty cool back then.
No, like it was popular to have that as a decorative thing.
Is this movie like the peak of popularity for candles?
Oh, it probably.
What are some better candle movies?
Body of Evidence with Madonna and Willem Dafoe.
I want to see that. I want to watch
Devil's Advocate.
I want to watch. I want to watch some of Madonna's movies because I hear they're so horrible.
They're good.
They're god.
Watch Body of Evidence with Willem Dafoe.
All right. Yeah, Roger Ebert. I think that was a bogus review. I didn't like it because it wasn't what I wanted it to be.
Here we go. It's the part when they're all hot and cool now, and they walk,
slow-mo. That was kind of a thing
where their nipples and boobs are bouncing. Look at Robin Tooney's boobs bouncing. Her boobs are bouncing, and her nipples are out.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. You want me to rewind?
Yeah, actually, no. I got one more bad. This is a bad review. Tell me what you think about this review. I got Renee Rodriguez, Miami Herald.
Whoa!
Look at see.
Holy shit!
That's what I'm saying.
Those are
Veruza Balk got some goddamn Farrah Fawcett nipples.
Yeah,
those things probably need to get circumcised.
Nev Campbell must have had some sort of like inner contract. She's like, don't show my boobs.
She was. I feel like she was kind of more like conservative.
Mm-hmm.
Nev Campbell. Oh, actually, that's bullshit. Because then she did Wild Things.
Oh, she did do that one.
Wild Things.
Yeah, because she was trying to cash in on that. She wasn't trying to just give it away all cheap. She's like, you have to pay me for these titties.
That movie.
I'm that fucking Campbell. I don't show my tits to anybody for fucking $15.
Did Wild Things get mixed reviews? So I would love to talk about Wild Things.
Oh, that's just a great movie. That would be a fun
great movie.
That one's great. That soundtrack for that movie is like
everything. They do. Iggy Pop does a cover of Louie Louie in that movie. It's so funny.
I only want you to do that version.
What was that one movie where they like these guys go like on some trip to like Vegas and now they're dealing with like a dead hooker or something? It's like The Bad
Yeah,
Things.
it's called Very Bad Things.
Very Bad Things.
Yeah,
I want to watch that
Jeremy
movie.
Piven, Cameron Diaz. Is Daniel Stern in it? Is he one of the guys?
Oh, man.
Marv!
You're making me really want to watch this movie
Yeah,
now. I haven't seen it like for a long time.
Is Christian Slater in that?
Oh,
I think there's like a ton of it's like a lot of people
Look up
in it.
Very Bad Things.
But that movie is pretty awesome. From
That
what I
movie is
remember
very
of it,
awesome.
it's pretty funny.
I'll look that up.
Oh yeah, more commentary on it.
Yeah.
Also, too, okay, what do you think about this review? This is the last review I have. It's like the worst review I could find. The tale of teenage witches run amok is silly, juvenile stuff, and it doesn't even have the decency to stick to its own ridiculous logic. What did you think? Did you think this movie was like logic wise?
Well, I mean, it like had a storyline that played
Plot holes.
I didn't think that there was very many plot holes. I would say that sounds like it was written by somebody who was a preppy.
Just a fucking
In high
hater.
school, yeah, like a preppy person who doesn't understand the goth culture. That's what I think about that.
This movie's dumb. These silly bitches running around doing dumb shit, making pencils spin. Who gives a fuck? Fuck them. I hate this movie.
Taste. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with like the movie itself. I don't think there was anything wrong with how they told the story. You know, everything made sense.
One thing that what I did think was weird is I feel bad. I keep calling her the black girl, but I don't know her name.
Mary Jane.
You wrote it down there.
Wasn't it Rochelle?
Rachel.
Yeah, there's that part where Rochelle's kind of like she kind of looks like she feels bad for the alopecia lady because she did that to her.
Yeah.
And then in the next scene, she's like, she's all bad.
But now she does a perfect dive.
Well, that's true. She gets what was that movie that we were going to look up?
Very Bad Things.
Very Bad Things. All right. very.
They just did a clip of a guy. Oh, that must have been the swim coach. It looked like dude from.
The poster to this is
David Lynch
amazing.
movies.
It's got Christian Slater with the chainsaw.
There it is, Christian Slater. Yeah,
Oh my God!
it's a great movie.
Wow, Jon Favreau. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to watch this.
Yeah, I figured you'd probably like it.
fun
This is
one.
like right up your alley of like this probably be instant
That's
favorite
late
movie for you.
'90s. That's right around the time Wild Things
Yep.
came out.
Yeah, Wild Things, Very Bad Things. That was a great movie.
This is actually a comedy though. This one.
The doctor looks exactly like the witch from, or no, her mom. Her mom looks exactly like the witch from the store.
Ooh, Wild Things got mixed reviews. We could totally do Wild Things. Ooh, that might be a stay tuned.
Nice.
She's rubbing her back, and the
Peeling off her sunburn.
The Elmer's glue skin is coming right off. They got the state of the art medical equipment
Medical PowerPoint slideshow.
camera, like
Look at your what's all that dried up cum on your back? Yeah, crusted back, bitch.
Her mom looks just
Chill
like,
on your witchy
just like
boofing.
the witch store lady.
I got some
Right.
trivia. You guys want some trivia?
Yes.
All right. Robin
I'm ready.
Tooney wore an auburn wig throughout filming because she shaved her head for her role in Empire Records.
That was a wig.
That was a wig.
That's
But
crazy.
that's a big plot
fun.
point in Empire Records. She's bald.
Yes. Yeah.
Also,
She's
too,
shaved.
She's suicidal in that movie too.
Yes. Yeah.
I actually, one of my bits of trivia is that in this movie, her scar or her wrist scar is vertical, and in Empire Records it's horizontal.
Mm.
And I think they have a line in this movie like, you did it right.
You did it the right way, right? Oh, and then here's Bonnie, Nev Campbell, all looking hot with her boobages out. Okay, more trivia.
Okay, Angelina Jolie and Alicia Silverstone were considered for the role of Sarah Bailey. What do we think about that? Angelina Jolie, yes, I totally think could have done this.
Angelina Jolie would have
For who? For which one?
Sarah Bailey. Oh yeah, I was saying Angelina Jolie's got like have a dark side to her,
Yeah.
so I think Nancy would have been good for Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
And then Alicia Silverstone. I don't know. How do you guys feel about Alicia Silverstone? I don't think she's a good actress. Like I don't know.
Did you ever see The Crush with her and Carrie Elwes?
No.
Oh.
You guys are throwing all sorts of movies at
Yeah.
me that I've never heard of, and I'm
You
gonna
gotta
like watch them.
Write this one down. Alicia Silverstone plays this girl in this movie Crush with Carrie Elwes from Princess Bride. And he's like the guy that moves into her parents' like guest house or something like that. And she's like 14-year-old student, and she totally seduces this guy.
Really?
And like tricks him into all this. Yeah.
Did Woody Allen make this movie?
Roman Polanski. Here's Ray.
I'm gonna say no to Alicia Silverstone.
Yeah, I don't know. She would not have been good.
I
in
don't
this
know.
movie.
I think she's perfect
Not
in
the right-
Clueless.
Yes.
Because Clueless, you can like, no disrespect to Alicia Silverstone, but like you can kind of have a bad actress in Clueless because she's clueless, ditzy, and blonde, and like. But I don't know about this.
It wouldn't have been.
I like her best role was in the Aerosmith video where Steven Tyler watches his daughter do a strip tease.
That's so bizarre.
With Alicia Silverstone.
Oh yeah. Oh, what's that?
Ew.
What's that? I know what you're talking about. What song is that?
Crazy or something?
Crazy. Yeah. Oh, that is so weird. And Liv Tyler was like in a bunch of their videos.
Yeah, she was like always 17 in that video.
Yeah, she was
like,
always
doing a striptease. Yeah.
Which is bad enough that she's 17, but also she's the daughter of
the guy like watching her do the lap dance with Silverstone.
I got one more tidbit. Veruca Salt and Robin Tooney won the MTV Movie Award for Best Fight. There had to have been a better fight that year. Wasn't that Con Air came out that year?
Yeah.
Right? I think.
Yeah, but this was the first wave of all the fucking woke bullshit. This is like version 1.0 woke. Right in 96.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
It was pretty. When did that PCU?
That was when everybody was saying sexual harassment was the key terms that people were using back then, and prejudice instead of racist. Like they're just different words, but they're doing the same shit that they're doing now. That was like the first wave of it. Of the modern bullshit PC stuff.
Yeah, not given the
was about mid-90s.
Not given the MTV Movie Award to Con Air.
Yep, that's what it was. That's a direct correlation.
That was the start.
That's the proof right there.
There you go.
That's the proof in the pudding.
What is your evidence, sir? Well, in the 1997 MTV Movie Awards. Exhibit A!
Instead of the rightful heir, Con Air.
I think The Rock came out like that year too.
There are probably a lot of good movies.
I mean, like best fight. I think this is the MTV Movie Awards.
This is the best fight in a movie?
I didn't think the fight was that great. Did you like the special effects when her hands turned into snakes?
I liked all the special effects.
That was kind of funny.
I like it when she smooths her wig over, and it changes color, and then she shakes it back. I like that stuff, that corny stuff.
That was pretty cool.
I like that stuff.
Should we do categories?
Yes.
All right. What is the best scene in this movie?
The best scene in this movie.
She yells shark.
Yeah, actually.
That's pretty.
That's pretty
funny.
good.
Yeah.
So that's Remus's.
Yeah. My
and the
favorite
comeback thing.
The what? The comeback?
The cum on her back when they're peeling all the old dried cum off her back.
I do like the scene where she binds Nancy when she's sitting by the pool, and she binds her, she takes her picture and like wraps it with ribbon, and she's really doing the magic. I do like that one. I like it when they steal. I like both of the scenes at the occult bookstore. I really like those.
There was one scene at the bookstore where they're about to go in another room, and then she sees a vision, and then there's like an explosion. What was up with that scene? That was weird.
Mm-hmm.
What was that?
Random.
Like, I'm telling you, the bookstore owner, like, she's in a few scenes and there's no payoff to her character.
Right, no.
I thought it was going to be revealed that she was like the evil Pazuzu or something, whatever the fuck.
Or that she could have come in and fixed it all. Like, like had that role.
Maybe she's in the Big Witch program, like Big Brother, but for witches. Like,
Big witches.
Big booty witches.
The Big Witcher program.
There is a line, they say bitches of Eastwick at some point in this movie. That made me laugh. Okay, I think my best scene of the movie, well, I'd say the most effective scene that creeped me out was all the rats and snakes and like that whole scene. Sure. The whole house is just covered, like filled with it. Like that was kind of, I don't know, that because I hate that shit, it freaked me out.
Yeah, gross.
So I'm gonna go, that's best scene.
Okay.
What's the worst scene in this movie?
The part where she yells shark.
So no, it's definitely when Robin Tunney, when a Skeet Ulrich character is falling in love with Robin Tunney, and he's like following them around like a simp, and he goes in church, and they stack up their books on his arms. They're like, here, carry my books, and carry Bonnie's books too, and carry my purse. And she puts her purse like around his head. That's the worst. And they're in church. That's the worst. Like cringe. It's so cringe.
Also, I like how Breckenmeyer is like, hey, can you hold my chuck? It's pretty heavy too.
Hold my what?
Hold my jock.
Oh yeah.
Like that was weird. Yeah, what's his name said some funny shit in this movie. The worst scene for me, I don't know.
Is that Franklin or Bash?
What is the worst scene in this movie? That's kind of hard. I don't know. The whole movie, no.
The fight scene. The end is pretty. Look at, she's turned her hair blonde. She's like, my eye changes her eye color.
Yeah, the fight scene's kind of dumb.
Oh, that was easy though. Does she wearing a wig anyway? So just put on a blonde wig.
Yeah, I think. I don't know. It's a tough question. I don't think there's like a terrible scene in this movie.
I'm telling you, that one when they stack their books up on Skeet Ulrich.
Well, this thing we're watching right now is pretty bad.
Yeah.
Oh, I know the worst scene in the movie is when she literally almost got raped a minute ago, and then she wakes up, and then she's like, "Oh, I feel so bad. I liked him. He was such a good guy."
The end is very creepy when she's in the psych hospital.
That came out of nowhere. I was just like, "Oh."
That's what happened.
Okay.
That's her spell came back on her threefold.
I guess she's crazy now.
Yeah, well, she was like suicidal and had hallucinations and stuff.
I guess that will make you crazy. Good point.
She already was, yeah.
Like, yeah.
Best quote. Is there a best quote in this movie?
Shark.
Shark.
I think it's when they get dropped off and the guy was like, be careful of the weirdos out here. And she's like, we are the weirdos. I like that one.
When the guy says like, "Oh, look, it's the bitches of
we
Eastwick.
are the weirdos, dick licker."
It's the bitches of Eastwick. Also, I like that scene where Breckenmeyer, where like Robin Tooney's like, "Fuck you," and Skeet Ulrich's like, "Nah," and then one of them, but then Breckenmeyer is just like, "Yo, I will."
That's great.
That's a good quote. Best unintentional comedic moment. Shark.
Probably that.
Best performance.
Oh man.
I'll give it to Robin Tooney. I think Veruca Salt is just hamming it up too much.
That's what they need.
Which, yeah, that's kind of why I love the movie, because it is so goofy.
I think without her, the movie wouldn't be as good.
Yeah, I think if you had Angelina Jolie in it, though, it would have been like more effective. It would have been more sexy.
Nah, because all the older movies that Angelina Jolie was in back in the day suck. They're fucking all the old ones from back in the day, like Hackers and all those. Like no one gives a shit about those movies. No one's talking about Hackers. Well, I mean, right now I am, but
Hackers.
That's a good movie. Yeah.
Oh, that's such a trash movie.
So I like Neve Campbell's character actually in this movie because she plays a good turn.
You ever see Gia?
Cringy witch.
No.
It's like the first supermodel to get AIDS, and it's Angelina Jolie. She's like naked for like most of the movie.
Which one is this?
Gia.
You've seen Original Sin?
I think I tried to watch that shit once.
She's naked in that a lot.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, I had a lot of stock in Angelina Jolie as a kid. I thought she was like the hottest woman, like on the planet. I
don't think she was all that. She got no ass.
I beg to differ. You see Wanted? There's that scene where she like literally gets out of the hot tub and she's like, you see her ass.
That's CGI.
She got a great CGI ass. Okay, yeah. So what was yours?
I like Neve Campbell.
I like Robin Tooney.
Yeah.
Who do you like?
I like Mary Jane, Rochelle.
Okay,
Yeah.
The black one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Diver.
Okay.
What's her name? Something True, Megan True or something.
I will look it up. Hold on. We'll get her name. We have to show her respect and get her name right. It is Rachel True.
Rachel True.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Rachel True.
And then the last category, who gives? I think I said this. Worst performance.
Oof.
Skeet
Ulrich.
Skeet Ulrich is like kind of bad.
Yeah.
There's that scene where like she turns back into Robin Tooney when he's like she's trying to seduce him.
That's right.
And then he's just like, "What? You're a witch."
Yes.
Yeah, I think I talked myself into Skeet Ulrich is like the worst.
Yeah, he's the worst
actor.
You gotta don't say that yet. You still gotta watch Chill Factor.
In this movie, though.
Where's this movie? Mm-hmm.
Okay, so bonus category, worst Skeet Ulrich performance ever. Chill Factor.
No, he was actually pretty good in that movie.
What other movie
Cuba
has he been
Gooding
in
Jr. is
besides Scream and this movie and Chill Factor?
I don't know, probably this movie. How many movies did Skeet Ulrich make? 8?
God.
4?
I only know him from this and Scream, and then now you brought Chill Factor to my attention. All right, hold on. Let's look up Skeet Ulrich. Okay.
Probably watched Chill Factor.
He was in Into the West. Don't know what that movie is. Armored. Don't know what that. He's on Riverdale now. He's been in a bunch of shit.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
He's not selling e-cigarettes yet, so he must be doing good.
Hey,
Stephen Dorff.
I'm Stephen Dorff.
I like smoking.
Oh, Ray Liotta.
I like smoking a fucking pen.
I like Ray Liotta. He does those commercials.
Oh, he does?
Hey, I'm Ray Liotta, star of Goodfellas, and I like Chantix.
Oh my God.
He's sitting there smoking a cigarette the whole time while he's doing the commercial. Chantix helped me quit smoking. Look,
I swear this is my last one. As soon as I'm done with this, I'm gonna try Chantix. He holds up the box of Chantix.
Karen, that was the fucking money, Karen!
Karen, why did you do that, Karen? Karen!
Fucking Karen!
Why did you do that? God, Ray Liotta should have been in more stuff.
Yeah. He should have been in this movie.
He's in a bunch of shit. They're just a bunch of like Van Damme type movies, like fucking straight to video fucking movie. You know what I mean?
Ray
Like,
Liotta? Yeah.
yeah, if you go look up, if you go on like Cox or whatever, on demand, and you hit Ray Liotta in there, it'll pull up like 40 fucking movies you never even heard of that he's in. It's like him being a prisoner.
Remus searches for Ray Liotta movies.
Yeah, I know.
There was one I wanted to watch. Like I can't remember. He's like a former prisoner that's on a furlough, and he has to do all this like shit. But there's like he has some kind of weird implant that like I don't fucking dude. I cannot figure out what the name of the movie was.
All right,
it's crazy.
Ray Liotta. I'm looking him up right now.
He's like some prison movie or something, or he used to be in jail. I don't know, man.
It sounds like Universal Soldier. It's not Universal Soldier.
No, he's not in that.
Hold on, I'm gonna find. Was it 90s?
I freaking have no clue. It was early 2000s or late 90s. I want to say like anywhere.
Oh, was it Muppets in Space?
No, dude.
Turbulence. Was it that episode of Frasier he was in?
What
No
was-
Escape.
Maybe.
No,
I don't know.
I mean, it has to be.
It was some.
It has to be No Escape. I mean, look at the poster.
It's definitely not No Escape. Probably fucking Turbulence. Is that a plane movie though?
I have no idea. Probably. I would suspect. I would
You never know.
So. Okay. Final thoughts, and give me your rating out of 5, and your final thoughts.
I give the movie a 5 out of 5 because they use magic for good to get boys to like them. And that's all magic should be used for if you're a real witch.
I would give this movie, I'm giving this movie 5 stars.
Okay, 5?
5 stars. At the time.
Like a perfect movie.
From start to finish, perfection.
Perfection.
Flawless.
All right.
No, hey, you could have it be a 5 if you want.
It's
Makes
a 5.
Gone in the Wind and Casablanca look like Freddy Got Fingered.
It's a solid movie. It still holds up today. Even though the tropes were really 90s related, it does hold up. It's entertaining. It's cult classic. It gets it done. It's not too long. It has enough weird stuff. They do good with the effects. And
FX.
Yeah. And Nev Campbell and Skeet Ulrich go on to be in Scream. So
okay, fair enough.
Excellent.
I would give this a 3 out of 5. I thought it was solid. It was decent, a little cheesy, some overacting, some bad acting. Some of the special effects were kind of good. Some of them were kind of bad, but I don't know. I think I just love 90s stuff. I was born in the 90s. So this was like a nice little slice of 90s nostalgia. I like the story. I had fun watching this. Yeah. I just think it's a little cheesy, but I kind of like my 90s movies with a little cheese. And it's not like a great movie, but I would recommend it. Yeah. It's a decent
good
movie.
watch.
It's a good watch. I liked it.
But don't watch it if you're in PETA, because of the animals that beach themselves. It's a sad scene.
Oh, actually, yeah. Those snakes and rats.
I'm doing witch stuff now too.
Yeah, PETA would probably hate this movie. PETA would not like this movie.
PETA wouldn't like this movie.
PETA doesn't like anything. They're fucking stupid. Just a bunch of miserable cunts. Who gives a shit? Fucking idiots, dude.
Oh God, I hope PETA
I hope
PETA endorses this pod. Shh, stop.
Really? Well,
no, they don't. Hell no.
Yeah, fuck all these people who are suffering. We got to worry about this dog who didn't get 2 treats today. Let's take him in and fucking chop his head off and tell people that they're a bad dog.
Come here, Skeet. Come here.
Yeah.
If I ever get a dog, I'm gonna name it.
Oh, this is a really bad car scene. You can tell it's super fakey.
Oh my goodness.
It's really bad.
All right. I think anything else to add?
Watch this with your favorite, No Doubt soundtrack. Get out your clove cigarettes, put on your old choker, put on your black lipstick, and
blow it, dude.
Have yourself a good Saturday afternoon.
That's a really good shark movie.
It's a really good shark movie.
Okay. You're into sea creatures. All those goddamn sharks and whales had to die for the craft.
Be careful what you put out there.
Fuck this movie.
Be careful what you put out there.
You know what? It's a 4 out of 5 now.
Stop it. Careful what you put out. That's the whole
yeah, if you're a witch, you got to be careful what you put out. If you're a regular person, you have to worry about that
negative
shit.
Energies.
You're going to die before anything bad happens to you.
Well, if you're a negative person, then you get put under a spell like Skeet Ulrich, and you're walking around.
I don't think he was a negative guy. He just liked those girls a lot.
Well, he got dead.
He just was showing his affection the only way he knew how.
Okay, guys, I like this combo. I love Creamus.
Oh yeah.
I need to have you guys back on. We'll do Wild Things.
Yeah, next time we'll do a good movie.
We'll do one of the several movies that you guys
rattled off. Yeah. Very Bad Things would be super fun.
Okay, maybe we'll do that one.
I'm excited. Or Wild Things would be fine.
What about Gold Rush with Charlie Chaplin? Silent movie.
You like really old movie?
Yeah, I need to do a silent movie. Okay. This was fun.
Super fun.
Yeah. I will see you guys next time.
See ya.
See ya.